This just in, Kraken is pulling out of a big country, citing that markets are too slow to make money. And guess what, everyone? Michael Saylor bought the dip, should you? And XRP versus the SEC. Are we going settlement, summary judgment, or are we going verdict? Starting off with the heat map, we've got lots of red, and it has to do with the story that I'm going to bring up to you. 16,617 price of Bitcoin, Ethereum sitting at 1193. Under that 1,200 mark, everyone. That's something we're going to have to pay attention to. XRP highlighted today's video, sitting at 35.8, down 3%. Now, granted, they are up against the rest of the market over the last 72 hours. Well, it all has to do with the rally I brought up in the other video. But first, why is the market red? Here we go. Kraken to cease operations in Japan, citing a weak crypto market. All right, let's just break this down really quick here, and we'll get into some details, okay? The deal is this. Crypto companies out there are in massive, massive trouble when it comes to making money, right? Volume is down on trading. You've got way less money going into exchanges. So what's happening now is Kraken is saying, hey, we can't make money in Japan. Now, honest, Japan has had some really rough regulatory issues too, which is probably one of the reasons why they're staying away. But you're going to see more exchanges out there, maybe not shut their doors completely, but they're going to pull out of markets where they're not making any money. In a Wednesday blog post, that's today, everyone, the US-based crypto exchange announced that its decision to stop operating in Japan was prompted by current market conditions in Japan in combination with a weak crypto market globally. Per the announcement, users will have until January 31st, 2023 to withdraw their fiat and crypto holdings from the exchange. So in order to keep profitability, you will see more exchanges pull out of markets that just don't make sense. Now we go on to buying the dip, and should you buy the dip? Comment down below. MicroStrategy Michael Saylor increases Bitcoin holdings by 2,500 Bitcoin. While the market is teetered on the verge of major sell-off as prices oscillate at the critical support levels amid the crypto contagion, we're talking about the further fallout of FTX stuff. MicroStrategy appears to have tapped into the dip to buy the low. Yep, they spent approximately $56.4 million of fiat in order to lock in some Bitcoin in the months of November and December. But now on to the XRP SEC case, and I'm very curious about how you feel about it. In fact, there's even going to be a Twitter poll that I'm going to share with you. SEC versus Ripple case will end in settlement, believes the majority of the XRP community. Now, let's be honest here. Obviously, if you ask the XRP community, they're going to be like, hey, yeah, we believe settlement is going to happen. Here's the problem, everyone. We got to start getting outside of the XRP community and go into the broader community. Yep, I think when you see that, you're going to have different results. We don't have a poll for that, but what we do have a poll is for this one. And John Deaton was the one nice enough to host this poll because, as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. In 2023, will the SEC versus Ripple case? You've got 59.3% saying settle, going to verdict. I put going to verdict in. Yep, I think it's going to go the distance, and here's why. Both sides have something very, very strong. Now, honestly, there wasn't a summary judgment label left in here, which, let's be real here. Summary judgment is also another option where the judge can say, hey, we're going to side some stuff with Ripple Labs, some stuff with the SEC. That's very likely as well. But Deaton said, hey, I couldn't put a third option in there to Twitter. Hey, Elon, what about that third option? The thing, though, that I want to share with you is that we have to be very careful not to be surrounded by echo chambers, all right? Yes, of course the XRP community is going to believe in settlement. Here's the problem, though. If XRP, Ripple Labs, goes to settlement with the SEC, that leaves the rest of crypto vulnerable for the SEC to go after them. And we know how bad that has been, right? There's been overreach left and right. Congress, current administration, they're not reeling in the SEC, CFTC, or even state regulators. The reason I bring up state regulators has to do with Nexo. Nexo bailed out of the United States, unlike Kraken bailing out of Japan. But Nexo bailed out of the United States saying, hey, look, we were working with federal regulators and state regulators, and those two couldn't even get on the same page with definitions. So how could they do business? Speaking of settlement, yesterday I did a story and I snuck a little bit of tidbit in there if anyone caught that. Brad Garlinghouse expects the case to be over in the first half of 2023. He's changing his prediction predictions over time, and he's honestly pushing the window further and further out. That's the SEC's main thing right now, right? The more they can delay this case, the more they can push it out, the more it drains these companies of funds. Think of LBRY. LBRY said this. They were like, look, even if we won the case, we were dead anyways because the SEC just killed us with legal fees. Yeah, think about it. The lawyers always win. So Brad Garlinghouse, as of what, 4 months ago, said, hey, the court case probably done end of this year, beginning of next year, first quarter 2023. Now, recently, as of last week, everyone, Brad Garlinghouse is like, well, let's start looking more at first half of 2023. But if we see more procedural delays, you can easily see that window being pushed out further and further and further. But I want to know from you, what's going to happen with the XRP SEC case, right? Are we going to go summary judgment? Are we going settlement? Or are we going verdict? Let me know in the comments below. And until more news breaks, here's a video to keep your mind occupied and busy. As news breaks, of course, I'll share it with you. Until then, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.